Derek Grossen with my partner, Dylan Baker. Number 27 will kick off for the Blue Devils. Gets the whistle, and the kick is underway. Kick return around the 15. That's number 21 for Jackson-Milton as he takes it around to the left side, looking for a little bit of space and tackled around the 35-yard line.
So, Derek, do you have an idea what we're going to do tonight and what we're going to see tonight here from both teams? Kind of two teams we're not too familiar with, kind of out of our territory, but teams we've seen in high school.
Not too familiar with these teams. I did play them in high school, but the teams now are both very talented ball teams as Jackson-Milton lines up at their 37-yard line. It's a run, a QB keeper. And Piles pushing and stuffed. But a good gain on the carry, about 2 yards on the carry for the Blue Jays. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Blue Jays now. As number 6 trots back onto the field. That is Frank Prosy, quarterback for the Blue Jays. Prosy under center, single receiver to the right. Man in motion, that's number 11. It's another handoff right up the middle. That's number 15.
Looks like we're going to see a run-heavy offense here with 2 backs in the backfield.
Noah Kramer, the fullback, on the carry for your Blue Jays. As now it's 3rd and short, Dylan. So far, it's been a decent drive. As now they're left with a 3rd and short here.
Yeah, longer the game goes on, we'll kind of see some tendencies and stuff here, see if they throw the ball a little more. But 3rd and short here, probably going to be a run.
Single receiver out to the right. That's 21, Cool Group. Prosy under center. He keeps it to the left side as he looks for the first down, gets it, and pushed out of bounds by number 21.
Yeah, we've seen that same formation, basically the same play, except he kept it this time on the read.
Caleb Dureg with the tackle for
Western Reserve.
So now 1st and 10 across, or they'll probably mark him at the 50-yard line. 49 they'll mark him. 10:45 here left to play. Cool Group, single receiver to your right, Prosy under center. Handoff once again. That's number 14 with the carry.
That's 24 again.
Excuse me, 24. Sean Lingle.
Brought down by number 40, Mikey Van Sice.
So 2nd intermediate for the Blue Jays, as it is 2nd and 7. And Dylan, you're right. So far, it's been a run-heavy offense for the Blue Jays, as every play has been a run, mostly in between the tackles.
Yeah, seems to be their go-to here, running in between the tackles, some hard-nosed running.
And looking to pass, Prosy to the right side, throws a dart down the middle. That's number 21 with the reception. And at the 25-yard line, Cole Grope with the reception, Prosy with the throw.
And you see when you run the ball a lot, kind of gets the defense adjusted to that run, and then the play action works smooth right there to get an open receiver in the secondary. Seen a lot of that from Cleveland last night in the pros.
Frank Prosy, the quarterback, you saw how strong his arm was there, throwing that rocket right down the middle. We'll see him under center here, 1st and 10 at the 25. Looking to pass once again, throws it quick reception. Once again, 21. Cole Grope with the reception, but there is a flag on the play, so we will see what the flag and who that is on. Looks like it will be against the Blue Jays as they start walking back. And Prosy showing his arm early off here in the first quarter, as it looks like it will be second and long for the Blue Jays, and it's a holding on the offense. So second and long for the Blue Jays, Dylan.
Yeah, it actually looked like one of the Jackson-Milton players lost a helmet there on that play, so should have to come out for one play. I don't know if the rules have changed, though.
That was the rule when we played, Dylan. But now, Blue Jays, second and about 20 for the Blue Jays, and that's something that you do not like to see for your offense. Dylan, if you're the Blue Jays here, shouldn't be too worried. You're still here in 4-down territory. You have a quarterback that has an arm, is able to get outside the pocket and throw. They have a decent running game that we've seen so far here tonight. Prosy under center. Reserve showing a blitz here. It's a handoff. That's 24, bouncing it to the outside and tackled around the 30-yard line. That is Sean Langle with the carry for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, going into this game, I heard a lot of great things about Jackson-Milton's running back. He just broke their school record for rushing yards, 3,000.
Blue Jays are very talented on the offensive side. We've seen early receptions by number 21, the Prosy with his arm, and like you said, the running back. Prosy under center, man in motion. It's handoff 15 right up the middle. That's the fullback as he is met around the line of scrimmage. Noah Kramer on the carry. They'll give 34 the tackle as he checks out for reserve. So Dylan, it's fourth and about 14 for the Blue Jays. You have a quarterback that's capable of making big throws, as we already saw here in their first drive.
Yeah, you definitely have to pass the ball here. I don't think they've ran a ball yet that has went for even 10 yards, so maybe go off sides. They're going to try to go up here, try to do the hard count a little bit, draw them off sides, and then throw the ball.
Five man in motion. Some fake handoff, QB keeper. Prosy keeps it and is well short of the first down, so Western Reserve will get the ball at their 25-yard line, it looks like.
It's not my favorite play call, but
maybe they're trying to catch the defense a little off guard. The defense probably thinking it was going to be a pass play. And now it's 4th and 10, excuse me. I thought it was 4th down before that. The scoreboard was messed up there, so now they'll line up 4th and 10.
okay, that
2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right.
explains that play call a little bit better.
Prosy looking to pass, rolling out to the right, under pressure a little bit. Still looking and tries to keep it, and met by a couple of Western Reserve Blue Devils as Prosy was looking for a little bit of space, looking for receivers, rolling out to the right, didn't see any. And man, he met number 55 head on and still was fighting for those yards. There might be a foul on, oh, there is a foul. It might have been a face mask. Nope. Yep, it is a face mask. So on the tackle was a face mask against Western Reserve. So you're the Blue Jays now. That's great. So you get a first down. We'll see where they mark him at. It might be first and goal. We'll see where they mark him at. Will probably be short of the 10. 6:10 here left to go as the Blue Jays are in the red zone here. It will be 1st and 10 at about the 12-yard line.
Been a pretty long drive here.
Has been a long
lot of
drive.
running. See the same formation we've seen the whole game.
21, Cole Group. Single receiver out to the left. Handoff, 24 right up the middle on the sweep, and about a gain of 5 on the play for Lingle. And Dylan, it's a pretty steady drive here by the Blue Jays.
Yeah, like I said, the clock's going down. You know, end of this drive, it could be close to being the end of the first quarter. When you're a high school football team and you run the ball very well, you get to dictate the game. If you can score the football and run the ball, dictate the whole game.
So now they have 2 receivers out. Number 11 wide right, Aaron Landis, and Group out to the left. Prosy handed it off and met in the backfield, as you see number 55 of Western Reserve with the tackle, meeting him in the backfield. That's Seth Phillips.
Yeah, that's a big defensive stop right there by Reserve.
By big defensive lineman. He's 6'2", 278. Sean Phillips.
Tackle for loss, especially in that situation of the game right there. What were they on, you say, about the 9, 10-yard line? They're back to the 13.
It was 2nd and 5, so that was a 5-yard loss on that carry.
Big loss in the red zone. You hate to see it.
Now Prosy. Still 2 receivers at one
Different
to the right,
formation here in
to
the
the left.
backfield. Strong eye.
It's fake. Looking to pass in the end zone and out of the hands of Cole Grope, as it was a good pass by Prosy right there. Did hit the hands of Grope and out. And although that does look like a catchable ball, weather and temperature do play a factor in tonight's game, as it's a little cold out there, Dylan, and for receivers out there, as there will be a timeout by the Blue Devils. And for receivers and corners out there, players trying to catch the ball, it's a little harder, as most likely you can't feel your fingertips out there.
Yeah, it is a chilly one today. Probably the first chilly game of the year out here, so, you know, some kids might not be prepared as far as wearing the right gear and, you know, just getting those jitters out. But as far as playing both sides of the ball and everything, it's, you know, the cooler weather makes it a little bit easier, not as hot.
And the Blue Jays on their timeout looking for what play they're going to decide, Dylan. It's 4th and 10.
4th and 10. Doesn't look like they're going to attempt a field goal or anything, so expect a pass here on 4th and 10. Well, actually, I can't even say expect a pass, because on the last fourth down drive, we've seen the quarterback sneak, so.
We'll see what the Blue Jays do as they break out of their huddle here and onto the field. 4th and 10 at the Blue Devils' 13-yard line. The lineup. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Prosy running back in the back with him, looking to pass to the right. It's a handoff right up the middle. He has space to the left side, and in the end zone, touchdown, Blue Jays.
Yeah, that was a great running back draw right there. The hesitation by the running back, blew past a couple defenders and, you know, walked into the end zone right there. That was a unexpected play call right there, and it paid dividends for them.
Sean Lingle with the carry and the touchdown
So that's
for
give
Jackson-Milton.
Jackson-Milton the early lead here. Looks like they're going to bring on the extra point kicker.
54, teeing it up for the extra point try.
See if they can tack on this extra point. So they'll have a big boy out here kicking the ball for the Blue Jays. It's number 54, Walter Sumter.
It's like a bad snap turns into
Was a bad snap. Hively with the tackle. So here at 3:58 left to play, Jackson-Milton leads Western Reserve 6-0. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
21 News.
Let's get right to our top story tonight.
More experienced reporters.
A new Wilmington restaurant.
GM Lordstown.
Telling more local stories.
We'll look at
Baby boy is recovering from a broken.
Around our valley.
Community in Niles. We are here in Youngstown, right up.
Because you expect.
It's important for everyone. No place like home.
More local news.
In Mercer County
Before
Court.
they become life-threatening.
21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Welcome back after Jackson-Milton scored a touchdown and a little missed snap on the extra point. So the lead now 6-0 for Jackson-Milton as they score on the first drive, and a decent kickoff as it rolls and past number 24 for Western Reserve as he picks it up, looking for a little bit of space, breaking a couple tackles and taken down short of the 20-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him at the 20. And look like a little risky return right there for the Blue Devils. He turned it into something here. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils with 3:50 here left to play in the first quarter. They'll mark him actually behind the 20-yard line. There is holding on the return, so tough field position here for the Blue Devils as
definitely tough field position to open up here, but we're going to get a look at the Blue Devils offense here. Looks like they're going to spread out.
They get it at the 10-yard line and looking to pass already. Deep down the middle, that's number 15, and intercepted by 21, Cole Grope. And man, one play and you're out for reserve. Grope gets the interception.
Jackson-Milton going to try to carry some of that energy they just had from their long offensive drive here and bring it back onto the offensive field.
Nicky Cavalis with his attempted pass turned into an interception.
Like I said earlier, when you kind of run that in between the tackles, hard running, multiple options by Jackson-Milton like they do, the clock and the time of possession is always going to be in your favor, and especially since they scored here. If they can get it, you know, a 2-score game, it could be.
They'll have a little trips right here for Jackson-Milton. Shotgun looking to pass. Prosy throws it deep down the left side, and receiver tripped up, and the ref will throw the flag. So looks like they'll call pass interference, most likely on the defense. And Dylan, you see who the receiver was there? Cole Grope once again.
Yeah, he just made a big play on the defensive side.
Their first drive, he was the receiver, getting most of the targets and the interception to give him the ball back. And now see where they mark him at, if that was pass interference. So now it'll be first down for the Blue Jays.
Kind of getting into the red zone here, knocking on the door already.
They'll take it at the right hash, 1st and 10.
On the 28. Single back formation here with 2 wings.
Prosy handed off right side.
He had a
Looked like he had a little bit of space, but was met.
Yeah, looked like he had a lot of space there on the left side. Kind of took it in between the tackles instead of bouncing out.
That was Kramer on the carry for Jackson-Milton.
2nd and 7 here. Most likely we'll see another run here on 2nd down, especially with the run game working well for Jackson.
Number 22 will check out, and Colgrove will check back in for Jackson-Milton as he lines up wide right.
Colgrove seems to be their go-to guy in the air.
Prosy under center. It's another fake, rolling out to the right, but decides to keep it to the left side as he has space, has blockers in front of him, and into the end zone.
Looks like they're going to mark him.
They'll mark him short.
There.
Great run by Prosy as looked like he tried to dive in the end zone right there and get the touchdown. And what you love to see by Jackson-Milton, he had his running back, Sean Lingle, lead blocking for him down the field. .247 here left to play as it's 1st and goal at the 1 for Jackson-Milton. And Dylan will see what kind of formation they'll come out here in. See if they try to pound it in from the 1. It's Prosy under center. It's a quick handoff. Number 11 as he tries to get pushed in the end zone.
There, good penetration by reserve defense on the goal line. 2:35 on the clock, 1st quarter.
That was good defense by reserve.
Looks like one of the Jackson linemen are slow to get up here.
It's good to see he's able to get off by himself, though.
Number 56.
He's able to get up and out by himself, so that's always good to see. So 2nd and goal at the 4 now for the Blue Jays. So now they'll spread it out a little bit here in shotgun formation. Watch Prosy as he looking to pass in, tries to keep it, but guess what? That's number 55. Met him in the backfield. Seth Phillips. That's we're talking about, that big senior, 6'2", 278 for reserve. And that's a hard tackle to break out of there, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely. In the the 1st quarter of football we've seen, especially by number 55 right there, he's played great on the defensive line, making a couple tackle for losses, getting a lot of good penetration. He seems to be, the key part of their defense so far.
Phillips is one great defensive lineman for reserve. That is now 3rd and 6 for Jackson-Milton. It's a handoff left side, 24 with the carry, and short once again, Lendl, short of the touchdown.
They do have a field goal kicker.
They do have a field goal kicker.
Looks like they're going to leave the offense out on the field. Reserve does make a stop. They will get the ball in not optimal field position here within the 20.
And I do agree with this here. I would, if I am a coach, keep the offense on the field, try to get in the end zone and make it a 2-touchdown lead. So now Prosy under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 21, the man in motion. It's handoff, 21, trying to get in the end zone. We'll see where they mark him,
like
as he will be short. So good defensive stop by reserve. But as well, with that great defensive stop, you don't get very good field position here.
Nope, they're going to be playing in the back of the end zone here. Probably won't see them in the shotgun formation. A bad snap, miscue could, result in a safety or even a touchdown. So look to see a little run, maybe a dive to try to get them out of the end zone here. Maybe a blitz from the defense.
Nicky Cavalis in at quarterback for reserve as he has a little bit of space to the right side and out of bounds as he gets the first down for the Blue Devils. Great run by the QB from reserve right there, Dylan. Threw a pick on his first play. Comes back second play. Getting a first down to get him out of that sticky situation that they had to start off.
Oh, yeah, they're only down 6, so, extra point will put them in the lead here.
That was David Altier with the carry as he's picks up a gain about 1 on the carry. So as time will roll down, that is the end of the first. We have Jackson-Milton on top, 6-0.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
I'll plug it back in real quick.
Fumble 5:04 here left to play. And it'll be second and about 20 for Western Reserve, as they will be missnapped here by the quarterback as he decides to keep it up the middle, has a little bit of space, and tackled around the 34-yard line, excuse me, but there is another holding penalty call on Western Reserve. So now it'll be second down still, and we'll see where they mark them at, or if they decline it. They do accept the penalty, so it's going to be second and about 30, Dylan, here for the Blue Devils. And you're down 20-0 here with 4:54 left to go. It's a little hard to try to get a drive started here, as you did start with great field position at the 30. Now you're all the way back at the 45, basically. And once again, another penalty flag, and that will be against Jackson-Milton now. So back and forth between penalties here. That one will be 5 yards for Western Reserve. As Reserve now, shotgun formation. Three receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Looking to pass. Throws it short to number 1 as he's met and tackled around the 30-yard line. Now, Dylan, they made it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. 4:20 here left on the clock. If you're Reserve here, Dylan, you just keep passing the ball?
Yeah, it seems to be working for them. Passing the ball is something that I would keep doing just because more of the big play ability.
As the pass was completed down the middle, and now Western Reserve knocking on the door to answer back here in the second quarter. And if you were tuned in here before, we apologize. There was a little bit of technical issues during the live stream. Had to hurry up and switch equipment there, as it is a QB keeper to the right side as he bounces it in the middle and tackled around the 5-yard line. Western Reserve knocking on the door here late in the second quarter. And as I was mentioning before, we did have a little bit of technical issues towards the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter. Now 2:55 here left to play in the first half.
This could be a huge defensive stop here for Jackson-Milton.
Jackson-Milton looking to hold on to their lead. As Western Reserve trips right, single receivers to the left. There was 2 of them in an incomplete pass. As now,
been seeing the shotgun empty back set here for Reserve, kind of spreading the ball around, spreading the field out.
And as Western Reserve looking here on 4th down to get in the end zone, or at least get the first down to get 1st and goal. Rolling out to the right, looking to pass. Still looking, and decides to keep it and pushed out of bounds. So that'll be a turnover on downs for Reserve, as with 2:28 here left to play, Dylan, Jackson-Milton gets the ball. And if you're the Blue Jays, looks like you would want to run the clock out here, maybe get another quick score here with 2:28 left to play.
Yeah, you're up a couple scores here going into the half. So, you know, I assume number 24 is going to get a couple touches here before the quarter ends. You know, he did have that 70-yard touchdown earlier in the half.
And when we were having those technical issues, there were 2 touchdowns during that time, as now the lead is 20-zip here for Jackson-Milton as their offense now comes back onto the field. And at quarterback, Frank Prosy, as he's under center, and he decides to keep it right up the middle. Maybe it was a bad snap. We'll see where they mark them at. Glad to get quick sponsor out there as Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Great sponsor for YSN here. Baird Brothers, the Fine Hardwoods, and Coco's Pizza. If you want pizza, go to Coco's. 150 and rolling down here left to play. 2nd and 7 for Jackson-Milton, as it looks like they are running down the time here, Dylan. They're just slowly running the ball. And there is another flag. And Dylan, this quarter there's been maybe 10 or more flags on during the game, but there is a penalty.
Yeah, it's
not
been
a penalty.
sloppy quarter, especially on that last drive for reserve. You know, I think we had a couple holding calls, a couple different flags thrown on both sides, both teams.
It's a timeout for Jackson-Milton.
Been a pretty one-sided game here. You know, turnovers has cost reserve the football over in some good field position for Jackson-Milton, and they've capitalized. Some strong running and some open receivers in the secondary.
Little updates around the league here. Late in the second quarter, Marlington is up against Salem 21-14. You have Southern and Columbiana. Southern leads Columbiana 14-7 at the half. Leetonia and Wellsville looks like it's still a no-score game down there. Springfield up 24-0. Now 1:38 here left to play. Prosy back in at quarterback for the Blue Jays as the handoff right up the middle. 24 as he gets the carry, and the helmet does come off for him as Western Reserve will elect to take another timeout. So Dylan, looks like Western Reserve wants to get the ball back and get another crack at it before this half ends. WFMJnews.com. WRS Insurance Solutions. Support life, disability, Medicare. iSynergy. Creative, digital, and advertising. And K-Squared Marketing. Give a quick shout out to all those sponsorships. For YSN Live, I am Derek Grossen with my partner Dylan Baker. So now it'll be 3rd and about 5 for Jackson-Milton with 1:30 here left to play on the clock. It looks like most likely another run play. We'll see what they do here, as it is quick sweep around to the right side and tackled for maybe about gain of 1 on the carry. And Dylan, the 3rd timeout has been used by Western Reserve. And you have about a minute or so for Western Reserve to get this punt. Most likely Jackson-Milton will punt, so they'll get this ball here. And we'll see if they can get a good return and try to get back in the end zone to cut the deficit here, as it all has been at Jackson-Milton here tonight. So 4th and 5 for Jackson-Milton. It looks like they will maybe bring out their punt team unit. As if I'm the coach, I would definitely do that here. No use of trying to go for it here on 4th down and giving Western Reserve good field position before the end of the half. There is exactly 1:23 left to play here in the half, and there will be a punt team on the field and deep to return for Reserve. Looks like number 1. And there is whistles. So it looks like Jackson-Milton will take a timeout, as in very consecutive timeouts back to back to back. And due to those technical difficulties, we cannot go to commercial breaks here. We are staying live with you all the way through, and during halftime we will leave it out on the field for the band to play. So now both teams will come out onto the field, Dylan. And if you're Western Reserve, you want David Altier to return this punt and get him in good field position here before this half ends. As the snap is back, punt is off and away, and he will let it roll across in about the 41, 42 yard line of Reserve, as 1:13 here left to play, and their offense will take the field once again. They're scoreless so far in this game. Nicky Cavalis will return in at the quarterback position. You have 3 receivers to the right. Alex Mayorga, wide right. David Ashburn in there as well. Looking to pass quick. Number 15. Quick screen pass and has a little bit of room, but takes it right out of bounds. Smart play. Mayorga, with the reception. So it will be a first down and a good quick screen pass, Dylan, for Western Reserve to get a good amount of yards off the screen as well. And only about 6 seconds ran off the clock with 1:06 here left to play. Trips right once again, 2 receivers wide left. Looking to pass. Throws to the right, once again Mayorga. And take it out of bounds. Looks like it might be another first down. And good chemistry we see here, Dylan, between the receiver, Mayorga, and the quarterback, Cavalis.
Absolutely back-to-back possessions where he's been throwing the football successfully.
So now trips left, 2 receivers to the right, Cavalis in at quarterback. Looking pass right once again.
Once again, that looks to be his go-to receiver here.
Yep, back-to-back receptions for Alex, as he is a freshman for Reserve and getting good experience here. They'll have trips left. Looking to pass to the right side once again. Throws it deep in the end zone. That's 11. He was open, but overthrown. That was David Ashburn. He was open. It's a little overthrown by the quarterback. 51 seconds here left in the second quarter, Dylan. Third and about 5. Your Western Reserve, you really want to get a score here to get a little momentum to go into halftime. Same formation as last. Looking to pass quick once again and trying to get out of bounds as he does. We'll see if he picks up the first down as he does. His 4th reception so far this drive. Alex Mayorga. Cavalis looking to pass to the right side. Another short, quick pass and tackled around the 14, 15-yard line. His 5th reception on the drive as Dylan Reserve right here. We'll see if you decide to just throw it in the ground right here, looking to pass. He looks to pass, looks around to the left side, has a receiver open on the left side, and touchdown Reserve as they cut the deficit. Quick play by Nicky Cavalis to get out of the pocket, roll to the left, and get in the end zone. And Dylan, I can promise you that was not a play scripted up by Reserve.
Nah, he was scrambling. It looked like his read was to the right side, and then he kind of scrambled and hit that receiver in the end zone on the left side there.
Reserve will go for 2 here, as he has a little bit of space, and that's number 1 in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is good. And Dylan, we might have the game going into the second half as Reserve gets 8 points here. And go back to that touchdown play. It was during a no huddle. They caught the ball inbound, so they had to hurry up, run to the line of scrimmage, and I'm not sure that Nicky Cavalis knew if he was going to spike it or if the coach wanted him to throw it. And he took it upon himself to just go with the play and let the receivers either run the same routes that they did the previous play or just do what they did. And him being under pressure, getting outside the pocket, rolling to the left, and throwing it in the end zone for a touchdown. So with 18 seconds here, Western Reserve gets on the board. Has to be a good feeling going into halftime, Dylan. So Reserve will kick it off. So they'll have 3 deep returners for Milton. Marlington and Salem. Marlington leads 21-14 at the half as the kick is off, and it's good deep kick around the 14-yard line as number 6 with the return. That is the quarterback, Frank Prosy. He was one of the returners deep there for Jackson-Milton. 13 seconds here left to go. Most likely we'll see Jackson-Milton probably take a knee here to go into halftime up with the lead. No need to risk anything here. So they will take a knee here most likely as he waits, takes the knee with 13 seconds and rolling down on the clock. So we'll go into halftime. Jackson-Milton leads here at Western Reserve 20-8, but Western Reserve goes into the halftime off of their score and looking for a great second half. This is YSN Live. I am Derek Grossen with my partner Dylan Baker. We'll be right back for the halftime report.
Billboard charts in the summer of 1980. Though not quite as acclaimed as our opener, our next selection enjoyed moderate success, peaking at number 3 on the same charts during the fall of 1983. Here is Uptown Girl.
I know. I only have 2 more games of my football life, and I just see it. Cheer and I'll have to come to
Come on, Devils, let's get fired up!
Welcome back to start off the second half, as Western Reserve late in the second quarter was able to get it in the end zone. Jackson-Milton will kick off. Western Reserve to return, as it is muffed around the 30-yard line, picked up by Reserve. He has a little bit of space and across the 45-yard line, looks around the 47. So good field position to start off this half for Western Reserve. And we're here with YSN Live. I am Derek Grossen with my partner Dylan Baker. And a couple sponsors. We still have Coco's Pizza. Great pizzeria place located in many locations in Ohio. Joe Dickey Electric for all your electrical needs. So now trips right for Western Reserve.
So Derek, what do you think Reserve needs to do in this second half to kind of get the game going into their favor?
What they did on their last drive, passing the ball. There was 5 receptions by number 15 of Western Reserve. That's Alex Mayorga. And he's a freshman receiver out there playing wide right now in the shotgun formation. It's a quick pass, incomplete, so it's 3rd and long now.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming back, trying to spread the ball out a little bit more. Spread the defense out and sling the football like they were in the first half at the end.
And that's how Western Reserve was able to march down the field and get it in the end zone. So now in at the shotgun formation.
Yeah, turnovers have really costed them. Turnovers and penalties.
Cavalis looking to pass under pressure and
big sack
sacked
right there
by number 8 to get in there for Jackson-Milton.
Correction, number 6.
That's number 6. And that was quarterback on quarterback combat then, as the quarterback for Jackson-Milton went in there. Frank Perosi was able to get the sack. And
yeah, he's played a great game on defense.
Now it's 4th down. Punt team will go on the field. As the snap's back, the punt is off. And looking to return as it is rolling at the 20-yard line, and they will get it. They will get it at the 20-yard line now. So now 10:33 here left to play. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Jackson-Milton. And the Blue Jays here, Dylan, were able to march down the field, running and passing the ball. Now they line up 2 receivers wide left and wide right.
Yeah, this
shotgun
is a formation that we really don't see from them, is the shotgun formation.
It's a play action pass, throwing it over across. That is a crossing route. Once again, that's number 21 as he's running down the left sideline and pushed out of bounds. And Dylan, we've seen a lot of him tonight. Cole Grope, the receiver for Jackson-Milton.
Yeah, an early score here in this half for Jackson-Milton could swing the momentum tremendously for them. They've been playing great on both sides of the ball. They have a couple different formations they've been using, and they all seem to be doing well. Reserve, really, it's been turnovers that's really costed them, turnovers and costly penalties.
Trips right, shotgun formation, running back to his right. That is Lengel, single receiver to the left. Rolling out to the right, looking to pass, but he's under pressure. He throws it across the middle. Looks like it is caught, and they will give it to him. That is
a 1st down there.
Nice diving catch by number 15, Noah Kramer. And Dylan passing so far this drive. Jackson-Milton not slowing their game down with this lead here in the 3rd quarter.
So I always like to say, you know, we're going to see a different game in the second half. People are going to make adjustments maybe see some different formations and plays in the second half. And for Jackson, we've seen more of a kind of pro-style spread offense where they're getting a little bit of air under the ball, you know, spreading the receivers out.
Bunch right formation here. As a handoff right up the middle. As Lingell has a little bit of room to the left side, trying to break a couple tackles and taken down inside the 5-yard line. He didn't think he was taken down. He thought he rode over top of the defender, but they'll mark him down at the 5-yard line. So now, 1st and goal for Jackson-Milton here, as they're looking to extend their lead. First and goal for Jackson-Milton. Single receiver out to the right, single out to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Prosy under center. It's a rollout pass, and it's across the middle, almost caught by 2 players of Jackson-Milton. So 2nd and goal now for Jackson-Milton, as their pass was incomplete on 1st down. 9:06 here left to play. As they're still in the huddle looking to break out. Dylan, what do you like so far about Jackson-Milton here tonight?
They came out really balanced. Like, when you run the ball as often as they do, the play action is always there. There's another touchdown there by number 24.
Lindell,
I think that is his 3rd
with
of the night.
The touchdown.
He had that 70-yard touchdown that really just changed the momentum earlier in the game from him. Adds another touchdown there. He's also been playing well on defense.
So now it'll be 26 to 8 here.
Looks like we're going for 2 here.
Still early in the 3rd quarter. As they will.
Oh, never mind. Not going for 2. Looks like they're going to attempt the extra point here to make it 27 to 8.
And the kick is up.
No good.
And is no good. It was a short kick. So with 9:02 here left in the 3rd quarter, we'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back for kickoff. Welcome back here. 9:02 here left to play in the 3rd quarter. Jackson-Milton ready to kick off as reserve will return. It's a little kind of squib kick hitting around the 30. Picked up by reserve and taken across around the 40-yard line, but looks like there might be a holding call on the return team. We'll see what the call is here. And Dylan, your Western Reserve, you're down 26 to 8 here. You did have a couple good plays late in the 2nd to get you a touchdown. What do you do here?
You just have to be smart with the football. Turnovers have really killed them. You know, it's great lining up in the spread and throwing the football and everything, but you just got to make smart completions. You know, try to get out of bounds too. When you're down a couple scores going into the third, fourth quarter, the clock is your enemy, and you just want to make the most of every possession here. So, you know, they need 8 here. They need touchdown, 2-point conversion on this play.
Handoff right side, that's number 1. As he gets the first down and taken down, David Altier with the carry. And Reserve's offense, Dylan, I don't think has been terrible this game. It's
been the turnovers and the penalties, like I said, mostly. It's just hard to get stuff started when you keep turning the ball over and keep getting penalties. And when your offense, their offense really wasn't on the field that much in the first quarter to begin with. Maybe 8 plays max.
Maybe. And now in at quarterback, Nicky Cavalis still shotgun formation back to his right. It's a quick screen pass left side and it is dropped. And that's the first drop here tonight by the freshman Alex Mayorga. And he has stepped up here tonight as a freshman receiver, lining up wide every play. They mostly, you know, use him in the screen plays, quick stops, and slants and stuff. Short intermediate passes. But now 2nd and 10. Cavalis looking. He decides to keep it.
Run here.
He does make a good hit as he gets pushed out of bounds.
It'll be about 3rd and 7 here.
We'll see where they mark him at. It'll be
3rd and 8.
With 8:16 here left to play. Dylan, this drive is a must-score drive. I know it's only the 3rd quarter, but you have 8:16 here left, and you're down by a couple of scores. You don't want to waste a lot of time and not be able to capitalize on that, as it is almost picked off and in out of the hands of the defender, number 24, Sean Lingle, the running back, who has been in the end zone a couple times for Jackson-Milton as well.
Yeah, that's Jackson-Milton's all-time leading rusher there, and he's playing a great defensive game too. Had a couple bat downs.
So now, Dylan, it's 4th down.
Looks like they're going to punt the football, actually.
They were going to go for it, but now they're going to punt. Jackson-Milton will keep their defense out on the field. Number 21, Cool. Grope will return this punt. We'll see. And it is a high punt hitting around the 30 and bouncing around the 24-yard line. And I guess one benefit from that drive from Western Reserve is that you didn't waste a lot of time getting down the field and waste about 4 or 5 minutes off the clock, and then eventually, you know, not being able to score. It was a quick 4 and out, so hopefully they'll get a 4 and out here, and we'll be able to score on their next drive. So now 1st and 10, 8:02 here left at their own 22. Jackson-Milton will get the ball. 2 receivers, wide right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation. He is looking, and it is a play action pass, but he's under pressure. He throws it across the middle, left side, and incomplete to Grope, the receiver.
Did have an open receiver there, but the offensive line kind of caved in on him there.
He stayed and took the hit, tried to deliver the football, but it's incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 at their 22. And Dylan, Jackson-Milton is not slowing down. They're not running the ball, trying to waste time here. They're still trying to get at the defense and maybe get another score on the board.
Yeah, if I were them, I'd be running the ball because their rushing attack was pretty successful in the first half. So why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone and, you know, move down the field and kill the clock?
Oh, trips right here. Grope the wide to the right. Looking to pass. It's a handoff once again. But he is met at the line of scrimmage. And Western Reserve's defense stepping up here on the 2nd drive. 7:35 here left to play and rolling down.
Third down at about 11.
Third and 11 as Jackson-Milton gets the ball. Trips right once again. You see number 21, 15, and 11. It's David Ashburn.
We've seen the spread offense from them the whole second half here.
Looking to pass. Caught by the back in the backfield, but he's met behind the line of scrimmage, and looks like the punt unit will come out for both teams. Western Reserve was able to make a good 4-and-out here. And about maybe 2 minutes came off the clock since Western Reserve's last drive, so they'll get the ball once again. Number 1 will return. So number 1, deep to return. David Altier.
Ooh, looked like it almost could have got blocked right there.
As it was almost blocked, David Altier will pick up the ball, trying to get through a couple defenders, around to the right side, across the 20. There is a flag at the 5 and in the end zone. There's a flag on the play, but a good return by David Altier. We'll see if it is a block in the back. Maybe it's targeting. We'll see what the ref's call is here, as the player down on the field for Jackson-Milton was their quarterback. It's one player, if you're Jackson-Milton, you do not want to see on the ground. And that will be on Western Reserve. And Dylan, like you mentioned, the penalties here tonight for Western Reserve have been their enemy.
Yeah, especially when you're down in the game fighting just to stay alive. It's bad to be hurting yourself with penalties.
And if they got that return, Dylan, maybe got the 2-point conversion, it's 26-16. You're only down by 10.
That's a big momentum play right there. Would have got your sidelines, your home stands. Would have, swung the momentum in their way, definitely.
Trips right. 2 receivers to the left, and a quick little screen pass. That's David Altier once again trying to get him the ball after that punt return as he's open on the left side through a couple defenders and in the end zone. Touchdown, Western Reserve.
Looks like there's a flag on the Jackson-Milton sideline over there.
As it was another big play, but it is
looks like it's going to be holding
on
offense.
On Western Reserve. And Dylan, 2 back-to-back plays for David Altier. Getting in the end zone.
Yeah, this is definitely getting to some of the players and fans not agreeing with this call here.
And I've been on this side of the ball once before on offense. One time we had 3 back-to-back holding penalties, and that just kills the momentum of a drive. We'll see if Western Reserve is able to come back from these back-to-back penalties, as it's first down for him here.
Probably going to run something real similar. It's been working.
It's a handoff around the right side and taken down.
Loss right there.
Loss on the play, about 4 yards.
So second quarter here, looking to pass once again. Quick stop route by number 15, Alex Mayorga with the reception. And that's what you always like to see. At least you're down, but you have a freshman receiver out there, maybe on the close side of 100 yards here tonight, as he...
Yeah, making a lot of catches out here, making his presence known.
He is just a freshman for them. Third and about 7 at their 40, at the opponent's 42, but looking to pass. We'll see if he has a little bit of space, tries to cut it to the right side and out of bounds.
Out right there.
So he'll be short of the 40 and well short of the first down.
Stops the clock there.
So you're able to think about your play as a coach here. You do go out of bounds on your sideline, so
4th and about 7.
it's always a benefit.
4th and 7. This is a very big play in the game.
We have a couple updates with Lisbon and East Palestine. Lisbon leads 39-7 in the 4th as shotgun formation, single backfield, and it's picked off by Jackson-Milton. That's number 24, the running back, getting into the end zone once again. There's no penalties on the field. So now they will extend their lead 32-8. As Dylan, this score here, 32-8, does not really...
Yeah, defensive score here. Like I said, football's a big momentum game, and that really just gave all the momentum to Jackson. They're going to bring their defense right back on the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
Sean Lingle with the pick 6 for the Blue Jays. As Prosy under center. And there will be a penalty marker.
Timeout.
Yep, timeout, you're right. For Jackson-Milton and Dylan. No commercial breaks here, but 32-8. Game does seem a little closer than what the score says. As Western Reserve's offense have been able to get down the field, like you said, penalties have.
That drive right there really, kind of put what I said into perspective. So, they scored 2 times on that drive. Both were called back by penalties, and then they had probably 2 more additional penalties. Went down the field a little bit more and then had a turnover to
pick 6.
Pick 6, yeah, turnover costed them 6 points. So we're got a 2-point conversion here for Jackson. The score's 32-8, and the clock's going down right now, but it should be, minute or so left in the 3rd quarter.
I believe there might be around 4 minutes left here in the 3rd. That time rolling down the clock that you see is the timeout clock. As for us, we never got a lucky timeout clock. We've always had to go by what the ref said in the huddle.
All right, so we got 4 minutes 34 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time left in this football game. But this 2-point conversion is big. Regardless, Jackson-Milton's defense is going to be coming out onto the field. They've been on the field this most of this quarter.
And it's not like their offense is not capable. They have had many big playability players on the field making big plays. It has been the penalties forcing them back, as it's a quick slant route to number 11 to secure that 2-point conversion. That's Aaron Landis with the 2-point conversion. So now 34-8, and the score looks out of hand here, but your Western Reserve, you had those David Altier back-to-back touchdowns that he had, the 1 punt return and the 1 reception. There's still no doubt of him being able to make another big play, or any Western Reserve player to make another big play to try to cut into the deficit, and we'll see if any miracle can happen here for Western Reserve here in the 3rd. 4:34 left to play, as one of the specialist return man, David Altier, will be back for Western Reserve.
And as you were saying, he made his presence known on that drive where they turned the ball over. He had 2 touchdowns that got called back. That just shows his ability.
#21 FMJ Storm Tracker with all your weather updates, as
they're going to let that bounce. Bad bounce there.
David Altier does pick it up, but It was a great kick by kicking it
Yep.
really close to the sideline there, making David have to run all the way to the right side. And it's always hard to judge how the ball will bounce.
Yeah, especially on turf. Tonight we're playing on a natural grass surface, so a little bit more of a natural bounce and stuff. So they don't get the greatest field position here. Kind of a big special teams play there for Jackson.
So now, number 8 in at quarterback, Nicky Cavalis. Shotgun formation, looking to pass another quick screen, but dropped by David Altiers. And yeah, they will call it incomplete, not a fumble on that play, as it was in front of the line of scrimmage, not behind. And you see Western Reserve trying to draw up plays for David Altiers to get an open space and make those big plays to try to cut the deficit.
Yeah, Jackson's corners seem to be just playing their side of the field. Number 24, definitely one of their best defenders.
Looking to pass once again.
Looks like they're going to come his side here.
Rolling out to the right as it is incomplete.
Incomplete. That was
intended for 27.
Great effort there to catch the football. Made it look really close.
Barack Miller was the intended receiver there.
3rd and 10 here. Like I said, they don't have the best field position here, so if they punt the ball or, go 4 and out, which I don't see them going for it on this side of the field, that'll leave Jackson with great field position with this pretty significant lead here.
So 3rd and 10. Cavalis looking back to pass once again. And caught over the middle for a first down, David Altiers. Great hands by him to hold on to that ball and take the hit to get the first down.
Definitely one of Reserve's better players here.
David Altier, the junior for Western Reserve. Western Reserve, you have a good future here. You have David Altier as a junior becoming a senior, and you have number 15, the freshman, going to be a sophomore next year, as it is intended for Altiers, as it's incomplete for that pass attempt. So 2nd and 10 at the 35. You also have David Ashburn, another starting wide receiver out there. You see him in the slot. He is a junior. As Altier will line up left side. Spread formation looking. That's nice Alex catch. As he gets the reception and gets out of bounds.
Stop the clock. That's great game recognition there by a young player.
Alex Mayorga with the reception and the first down. And he might be on the plus side of 10 receptions so far here tonight. Looking to pass once again. Throws it deep to left side. And that was David Altiers. But incomplete with the coverage, though, was Noah Kramer for the Blue Jays. 3:37 here left to play. 2nd and 10 for Western Reserve, as they do sub in a couple players here and there. As they do get the play call here, they are taking a little bit of time. You better hurry up before the refs start counting down, but they will get the play off in time. Rolling out to the left, kind of, but coming back to the right, looking to pass and throws it. Maybe he gets a foot in. We'll see. No, he is out of bounds with the reception. It was intended to number 27.
All the life kind of in this stadium kind of died out, so getting pretty quiet.
Especially on the Western Reserve side, as after those back-to-back penalties in the drive before he threw that pick six.
That pick six seems to be the dagger here in the morale of the Western Reserve Blue Devils.
Another quick screen pass to the left side. He has a little bit of space, breaking it across the middle and taken down. And Mayorga, the freshman, once again striking and still bringing a little bit of life here for the Blue Devils. And I don't know too much about Western Reserve, but one of my favorite players so far here tonight is Alex Mayorga. Shotgun formation, looking to pass once again. Throws it deep, left side, and into the hands and in the end zone. Touchdown, Western Reserve. They'll give the reception and touchdown to David Ashburn as they will cut, the deficit down a little bit. You're down 20 still here. 3 minutes here left to go in the third.
Looks like they're going to leave the offense out there for two.
Good play here to put the offense out on the field and go for two. As it's a bad snap as he picks it up to the left side. That's David Altiers looking to get around the edge and short of the two-point conversion. So that bad snap didn't let them get their 16 points that they were looking for, but they did get a touchdown here, so it's 14-34. They are down. But Western Reserve has a little bit of life here. They had some big playabilities, and like I said, the score does not really show how tonight's game really was. Game still nowhere close to over. With 3 minutes here left to go, and Jackson-Milton will get the ball back. Tri-State Ford, one of the sponsors for YSN Live here tonight. Armstrong neighborhood. As Western Reserve ready to kick off after their touchdown.
If you're Jackson-Milton, I think you got to kind of start getting your running back more involved here to kind of kill the clock, but ever since they came out in the second half, they've been spread and they've been throwing the ball as much as they possibly could.
They have kept the Western Reserve defense open to all plays as they were able to pass the ball down the field to start their first drive of the half and get that touchdown to extend their lead. And now the return by the QB of Jackson-Milton. Prosy will return it around the 30-yard line.
Number 14 in there. Agent Cannon and 26. Luke Jones on the tackle.
Do you have any updates around the league, Derek?
We have, the last time my available updates were Marlington and Salem. Marlington leads Salem 28-21 with 6:13 left in the third. That was about 20 minutes ago, so updates might be a little different here now.
I'm going to see if I can pull us up some updates from online.
As Dylan does that, Jackson-Milton will line up with trips right. They'll have bunch right, actually. As is a short snap, but a handoff to Linguin. We'll see who the flag is on. And you just pray that is not on Western Reserve, as it has been many times here tonight. I don't remember very many penalties that have been on the Blue Jays. As it might look like the Blue Jays will back up here as we see a little bit of them go back to the 20-yard line. We'll see what they do. It is a holding penalty, and it will be against the Blue Jays. So Blue Jays will back up here. An update here in the fourth quarter, actually. We do have Southern and Columbiana. Southern leads the Clippers 27-7. We have Warden Harding and Austintown Fitch. Warden Harding leads 21-18 in the third. Minerva and Beaver Local. Minerva nothing. Beaver Local 43 at half. Canfield is over Dover 31-3 in the fourth. Lisbon and East Palestine 39-7 in the fourth. At Warren, JFK, and Garfield. Garfield edging them out right now, 27-21 in the fourth. It's now shotgun formation. He will wait the time. And the snap is back, looking to pass and throws it deep towards the left side and out of bounds. As even though that ball did go out of bounds, Dylan, that was a good pass going over the left shoulder.
Yeah, those over-the-shoulder passes on the sideline, receivers love and dream about that. You know, most high school quarterbacks can't throw a deep ball, you know, perfect on the sideline like that. That was a pretty good ball, just kind of ran out of sideline there.
It was a good ball, and you definitely would rather overthrow it out of bounds than throw it short and give it a chance to get picked off and get Western Reserve back in this game. So trips left for them as it is a handoff. That's 21. As he gets hit hard going across, and there is a penalty marker on the field. We'll see what that is all about. And I'll still give you updates here as they discuss what's going on, Dylan.
Fans look really upset. Looks like it's going to be against Reserve here.
Hubbard and Girard. Hubbard leads 25-7 in the fourth. Boardman and Howland. Boardman 40-19.
To be on number 55. Key defensive line standout for Reserve.
Champion and LeBray. LeBray 20-13 in the fourth. McDonald and Mineral Ridge 28-6. McDonald leads in the third. Close game up in Niles and Struthers as Niles is up 22-21 in the fourth. Springfield and Lowville, blowout game over there, 62-12 in the third. Valley Christian and United. United leads 14-0.
Heard it was going to be a good one down there in East Liverpool tonight as they played Crestview.
We have first down now as they have two wideouts to the left, two to the right, running back to his right. As he looks at the pass, but he's under pressure. That's number 17 trying to get to him, and he does get the pressure.
Just barely got that pass off, but it looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. Seems to be a normal thing here tonight. A lot of penalties in the secondary here.
We have Leetonia on top of Wellsville at halftime. I assume that is, they're maybe in the third, fourth quarter by now, but
yeah,
at halftime.
These scores aren't updated.
16-6. Leetonia at halftime. And you hear a little bit of
disbelief from Western Reserve's stands, not agreeing with the referees.
And you'll see that mostly anywhere, even if it is a blatant penalty marker. Fans always don't like to agree with the refs if it is affecting their team's chance to win.
Yeah, especially in games, you know, when you play teams that are close to you, there's some emotion from the players and coaches, fans.
Tried a little quick running back screen right there to number 24. He wasn't able to get out of there.
First down, minute and 5 left in the third. It's been a very long quarter. Penalties slow the game down.
There have been penalties, and Jackson-Milton, even on their pass plays that have been incomplete, take a decent amount of time to get their huddle and get their play together and snap the ball. But they are driving down the field as it is 2nd and 10 for them. Single receiver out right, single to the left.
This is the formation we seen in the first quarter here. Not really spreading the ball out anymore. Running back pitch with a penalty in the backfield. Looks like it could be holding on the offense here.
Dylan, how many penalties do you think they've thrown here tonight?
Well, if I had to guess, maybe even 10, and just in the third quarter here. It's been pretty sloppy game.
I believe that. If I had to guess, I'd probably say around
20. So
20. I was going to say 25. That was going to be my guess.
Yeah.
Been a lot of penalties.
I don't know if they have official box scores in high school football, but if anybody could get that to us, we'd be curious to see how many penalties we got tonight. And that's a lot of yardage accumulated by both teams in penalties.
It was Western Reserve mostly the whole first half. They did get a lot here in the third quarter as well. But now in the third quarter, Jackson-Milton have been getting a lot of them on offense as well.
Jackson-Milton spreading the ball out here on 2nd and long.
As it is a play-action pass, but he's under pressure, breaks out of a tackle and throws it to the right side, and incomplete. Great coverage.
He broke a tackle in the backfield and threw the ball to a receiver on a slant, and it was dropped.
That's Brock Miller with the coverage, and great coverage by Brock Miller here tonight.
It'll be 3rd and 26.
So it's 3rd and 26. There's 29 seconds running down on the clock. And you're Jackson-Milton, I say probably just run the ball, get in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, run the ball. Maybe even like a running back draw, kind of stay in the spread offense, but still keep the ball on the ground and make the clock go.
Third and 26, but there will
It'll be a timeout here.
Timeout Jackson-Milton, and we did have technical issues in around the second quarter mostly. Wasn't able to get the game going on our laptops and equipment we have here, but we were able to get it together here now, and we're not able to take any commercial breaks, but we will stay with you and talk you through this as Latonia and Wellsville, little updated score now. It's 24-6. Latonia leads Wellsville. In the final with Lisbon and East Palestine, Lisbon 39, East Palestine 13. So now we'll have one more play before this fourth quarter to come up. We'll see if Jackson-Milton decides to run the ball and run out the time to go into the fourth, and maybe they'll try to pass it here and gain 26 yards to get the first down. 26 yards to go for the first down. They're not down by a lot. So now, he won't line up in shotgun formation. There's not going to be any wideouts onto the field. And Dylan, all guesses go to run here. But it is a play-action pass. Maybe they caught him off guard as he throws it deep to the right side. And caught. Wow. Number 21 of Jackson-Milton coming up big here tonight.
Threw it from their own 42, so
he was
to the opposite.
Cool.
I'm gonna say 17, so pretty big pass there on a play action. Running the ball opens up that play action there.
Cole Grope with that reception for the Blue Jays.
Caught a lot of footballs tonight in this Jackson-Milton offense.
There is 10 seconds rolling down the clock. I assume they won't get a playoff, but the passing of Jackson-Milton have been great tonight, especially their play action passing. As you said, their running back, their leading rusher in school history, correct?
Yes, sir.
Keeps them honest on those play action passes because you don't want to give them room.
Number 30, number 21, and 24 have played well for Jackson-Milton.
Cole Grope, one of the star-studded receivers here tonight.
Quarterback has played both ways too. Number 6, I do believe.
Frank Prosey, number 6 for Jackson-Milton.
Played both ways, quarterback and linebacker. And then 24 has had a pick 6 and a 70-yard touchdown.
Sean Lingle, yeah, those big impact plays here tonight from both of them. And even, I love showing the receivers and corners love. I love the pick 6s and the big plays by the receivers running down the field and getting those 70-yard touchdowns and quick toe drag swags across the sidelines. And Cole Grope showed that here tonight. He was probably triple covered on that last play as he caught that ball. And Dylan, we see both offenses. Even the score is 34-14, but Western Reserve still has great offensive weapons as well, as they had David Altiers, a receiver, able to get, should have been a couple touchdowns, but they were called back.
Yeah, discipline at the end of the day, it's one of the biggest factors, and really costed them this game. It took them out of it in the third quarter. Discipline costed them a couple touchdowns, like we were saying, and just took some wind out of their sail.
Tight end pass to number 11, and that will count as a reception and a passing touchdown to Aaron Landis.
Little tight end shovel pass for 6, and that'll put it to 40-14. Pretty much wraps this contest up.
And those plays can either be a big beneficiary or like a big loss for the offense, as you're basically risking maybe the ball being fumbled when you're throwing it forward, maybe.
And those got to be plays that don't get practiced that much. I love seeing plays like you just mentioned. You like seeing those long touchdowns. I like seeing those unusual plays, you know, tight ends getting the ball like that, or reverses. That's stuff that they don't practice that much, and you don't really see at this level of football.
Walter Supner to attempt the extra point.
Extra point is no good.
As it is no good, but is 40-14 here, as Western Reserve will get the ball. 11:53 here left to play in the fourth. Although it has been a high-scoring game, Dylan, the game has been going a little slow here tonight, as all those penalties, and they've been passing the ball a lot here tonight.
Passing the ball a lot tonight. You know, receivers, running backs been getting out of bounds. Felt like a longer halftime here than we've been used to.
Western Reserve gets on to return.
Definitely one of the more explosive games we've seen through the air in the games we've covered throughout the Valley in the past couple weeks. We've been covering a lot of Latonia games where Marco Ferry's running the football. And tonight, both teams have been throwing the football a lot. Awesome to see that at the high school level. Shows tremendous skill.
Both quarterbacks here tonight able to put on a show with their big arm abilities here tonight.
Jackson-Milton came into the game undefeated.
Western Reserve came in 2-1. Looks like they will go to 2-2 to be 500, but David Altiers still with that big playability, man. He's taken it almost around the 50-yard line for Western Reserve. But it is now the fourth quarter. There's a lot that needs to happen if Western Reserve has really any chance of coming back in this game.
Yeah, it's a chilly one out here tonight. We haven't even seen that many fumbles or anything, so really don't think the cold has been affecting anyone.
The cold has not been affecting a lot of players here tonight, as you would think as they've been passing the ball a lot, maybe the hands get a little numb from the coldness, as he does get about one on the QB scramble. He decides to keep it.
2 yards. 53 coming in.
But since they've been passing so much, maybe those hands are nice and warm to catch the football and reel it in for your team.
Yeah, it's about 40 degrees outside, and most players don't look like they were dressed for occasion.
Quick screen pass to the right, but there is 2 penalty flags on the field.
Thinks it's 12 men on the field. We'll see what the call is from the referee.
Looks like it might be on Jackson-Milton with those 12 men. David Altiers will come out of the game now for Western Reserve. Refs. There is.
Yep, looks like it's against Jackson-Milton.
So 12 men on the field for Jackson-Milton. That gives them about second and short. We'll see. Oh, that will move the chains, excuse me. So now that will give them.
Looks like it's 15-yard penalty.
15 yards.
I figured that would be a 5.
I wasn't exactly sure how much a 12-man on the field penalty would be, but now it's 1st and 10.
Been a lot of penalties tonight, but that has not been one.
Looking to pass. Right side, quick stop route.
Looks to get the first down here.
Right flat. That looks like number 11 on the catch, David Ashburn.
And those look like simple routes, just, running, turning back, and stopping, but it takes a lot of practice and the timing between the quarterback and receiver to make those throws, to create that little bit of separation between the corner and receiver. So it's good patience by the quarterback and receivers here tonight to keep in the game and keep running those routes and catching the ball as number 14 takes it across in the end zone.
By number 14.
Touchdown, Ethan Cannon.
Right out of the slot there. Gives a little bit of momentum there for reserve.
So they are down by 20. They may, let's say you go for 1, maybe 2. You're down by 18-19. That's 3 touchdown game.
3-score game no matter what here, so.
And that's not impossible due to how.
10:35.
It's not impossible due to how slow the third quarter went and how many scores, how many big plays went on in the third
Looks like
quarter.
They're going to go for 2 here.
David Altiers will keep it and will get across in the end zone.
22-40.
So 22-40. Dylan, we might see a miracle happen here in Western Reserve.
They have to come out on defense here. I don't think an onside kick would be very appropriate here, but, that always got to be in the back of their mind.
There was, when we were out of service here, when we were changing equipment, trying to get everything ready in the second quarter, there was a fumble, and it was returned by Jackson-Milton around inside their red zone, and that resulted in a touchdown.
Yep.
Like you said, there was a pick 6 here in the third quarter.
Pick 6, but if there's any team that is going to throw the football and get down the field, Western Reserve has shown us tonight with multiple weapons. They can throw the ball successfully and get down the field. With 10 minutes on the clock, 2 stops, that's doable. I'm not going to sit here and say that's not doable, so we'll see what they can do on defense here.
And you said
they got all 3 timeouts, and Jackson-Milton only has 1 timeout remaining, so if they can clean up these penalties and keep the game going, could see a comeback here.
You got to manage the football, and Western Reserve didn't really do that early on. And I mentioned those turnovers that turn into touchdowns in the game. Let's say you take those turnovers away. Maybe they turn into points, maybe they don't.
Yeah, or if you take back, a holding call or one of those penalties that they had on those touchdowns that they scored today, it could be 30-40 right now.
And if they didn't turn over those balls that turned into points, take 14 points away, that's 26. It would be 26-22, and it would be a ball game.
Looks like there's going to be an onside kick, but that did not go far enough, so.
onside kick and go 10 yards.
Most likely Western Reserve doesn't practice onside kicks that much.
Did not go 10 yards.
As the
Gonna
ball
give
might,
Jackson-Milton great field position here.
and that's, I don't know if that's a questionable call, but it is the fourth quarter. You are trying to get momentum. You do have a little bit of momentum. You're trying to get back in this game. But Western Reserve has been able to stop them here in the second half, only allowing one score on offense. The other one was on defense.
Personally, I would have kicked it deep on this one, and if I score on this drive, maybe the next drive I'm going to kick an onside kick. But now you give Jackson-Milton's all-time leading rusher the football at midfield.
Grope, wide receiver to the right. And there,
the
running back
dive.
Fullback
for about 7.
No Kramer with the carry. And if they just chip it out right here, they get about 3-4 yards every play down, and they get down the field. Man, the time's going to run down, and that scoreboard might get bigger for Jackson-Milton.
Yeah, Jackson-Milton, their main priority, I don't even think is to score right now. It's just to keep the ball secure and keep this clock going.
We'll most likely see that here tonight.
See a motion
early
here. Looks like they're running the option. Yep,
fullback
just chipping
Kramer.
away at the 10 yards.
Kramer with the carry once again.
Just keeping the clock going.
Milton has been good at spreading the ball here too.
4 down territory for them probably. They are at the 35.
9:30 and rolling down here.
Quarterback has made pretty good decisions all night, took care of the football, escaped out of some sticky situations in the backfield.
Third and 2 for the Blue Jays. Grope wide left.
Motion left. Like it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's short.
Western Reserve, you force this 4th down here. Jackson-Milton. It's 4th and 3. You can either decide to punt it and try to get them deep inside their own territory. You can try to go for it here and take a little bit of time off the clock if you're able to get the first down. But if you don't get the first down, clock will stop here.
Yeah, we got about 8:30 on the clock right now. They get this first down, will kill the majority of the clock.
It's about 1 minute per play here so far this fourth quarter.
Crucial play here if Western Reserve wants to stay in it. Looks like it's going to be a reverse into a pitch, and looks like he's going to be short.
You see number 8 run onto the field. A lot of excitement to get back on the field for the quarterback, Nicky Cavalis.
Expect to see Western Reserve come out here and throw the football every play.
They're mostly 2 main receivers. They have one now
number
getting
15 and number 1.
Yeah, he's back on the field. It looks like he was going to go out. But David Altier, number 1, and 15, Alex Mayorga, the freshman. Alex more of the screening, getting open space. David can run down the field, kind of do it all as a junior. As looking to pass under pressure.
Looks like he's going to get brought down for maybe a 1-yard gain.
We'll see. And it will be. And if you're Western Reserve, you can't really let a lot of time come off the clock here. You want to.
Looks like they're doing a no huddle here, guys walking around.
And there will be a timeout. Most likely it's going to be Western Reserve here.
Western Reserve has 2 timeouts remaining.
Oh, it is
it'll be an official's timeout.
Yeah, injury timeout, so.
Be number 11, it looks like,
11
for Jackson-Milton.
Yep. That's Aaron Landis. He was the tight end that caught that little pitch pass or whatever you want to call it to get in the end zone.
Holding his knee. It's never good to see there.
He was able to move on a little bit, so I think hopefully,
just cramping up.
Hopefully we here at YSN will give our prayers to Landis and hoping it is a cramp. And it's never good for Jackson-Milton, but if you're Western Reserve, it's kind of an extra timeout that you don't have to use. You can talk to your offense, get whatever plays you're trying to get in.
Yeah, in these cold games, it stings a little bit getting hit with that helmet, and your muscles kind of cool down, and it's hard to stay warmed up.
Remember one cold game I played against East Palestine. Late in the fourth quarter, game was already over, but I was out there to run block, and man, I jump off the side, and my right calf cramps up. I go on the left one to hop on it, and the left one cramps up, and you just see me go down. And that cold weather doesn't make you really thirsty that much, so you always want to drink that water and stay hydrated. I don't think that helped me that night.
Yeah, proper hydration is key for these young student athletes. They work hard all winter in the weight room and learn about this stuff. Hopefully they don't neglect hydration because, you know, they'll pay. And during the game, we see a couple injury timeouts every game, and most of the time it's cramps, nothing too severe.
It's never good to get a cramp, but it's the best type of injury timeout you can get if you're a player. Don't want no broken bones, don't want to tear anything like that, so it's good to see him walk off by himself. So Western Reserve 2nd and 8 here. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Kalis looking to pass down the middle. David all tears with the incompletion in and out of the hands of him.
Looks like it'll go to 3rd and long, 3rd and 8.
Cavalis with the throw. Altiers was the intended target.
Definitely 4 down. I wouldn't even say 4 down territory, just situational football. They have to go for it on 4th down.
And a big fourth quarter in Salem as Marlington up 38-35 with 2 minutes in the fourth. So Salem trying to come back in that game as number 11 gets the quick slant and trying to get the first down.
Forward progress. Looks from up here, it looks like he got it. Depending on the spot, looks like they'll give him the first down.
David Ashburn with the first down. We'll see where they mark him at. Maybe not. We do see a penalty marker, so it will be on
the offense.
Yep.
So it's going to be probably repeat 3rd down.
Your reserve maybe get a touchdown, and at 2 point you're down by 10.
So it will be 3rd down.
It's never impossible.
3rd and 13.
Need big plays here in the fourth.
So realistically, they got 2 more chances here on this drive, to get this first down.
Looking to pass, rolling out to the right.
Looks like he's going to
throws it out of bounds.
Sideline. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 13 here.
It's a good play by the quarterback. You don't want to try to throw it in there and risk it and maybe get an interception once again. And if he would have ran it, he didn't know who was behind him. Maybe he got tackled in the back and the clock started to keep rolling down. Maybe you don't want the clock to roll down. As Cavalis is here in the shotgun formation, single backfield. 4th and 12. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Trips right, 2 to the left. Cavalis looking left, looking through. And open is David Altiers, but he drops the ball. David Altiers was open. And he probably would have broke that one free, Dylan.
Yeah, he was wide open. Had the ball in his hands and then just let it slip out.
And we did say that the cold weather might not have been getting to him, but
we might have jinxed him.
That was Western Reserve's probably last hope to get back into this game.
Yeah, I expect Jackson-Milton to milk the clock here and then.
Down 18, 7:22 left to play.
Looks like they need somebody on the field. They only have 10.
And if we don't see them get the playoff here real quick, maybe we'll see a
Missing
quick
an
timeout.
offensive lineman.
That's a big offensive lineman, number 77 for Jackson-Milton.
Looks like he's going to play tackle.
And looking to pass deep to the right side. And caught in the end zone. Cole Grope. Oh,
camera
my
angle there. Sorry about that.
Goodness, Cole Grope made an
Touchdown.
amazing touch and grab, getting the touchdown for Jackson-Milton. And that was good coverage. That was good coverage by Western Reserve. It was a perfect throw under pressure.
Yeah, perfect throw. Still leaving the starters in.
Frank Prosy making that clutch throw while getting hit. Extended lead 46-22. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here once again, as I think they did attempt a couple extra points, but none of them were able to get in. So they'll attempt 2 here. There's 7:14 here left to go in the fourth. As it will be a handoff right side, and it'll be short.
Looks like there's 2 players fighting there, 2 receivers.
Just a little extracurricular activity, but no penalties thrown, no needed to be thrown on the field there. Some players might get frustrated.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of passion.
So 46-22, 7:14 here left to go. Western Reserve will return the ball once again. And this has been a very, very fun and interesting game to call.
Yeah, the score definitely doesn't do this game justice. It's been a sloppy game, but a great high school football game here tonight. We've seen some great running, some great passing, and some great plays on defense.
Western Reserve, if they just fix their turnovers here, they would probably maybe down by 6. It's very high scoring game.
Turnovers and penalties really costed Reserve here tonight.
.24, all-time leading rusher to kick off, and a little squib kick to the left and caught in the chest of a Reserve player. Number 5.
Reserve's offense comes back onto the field.
Jimmy Berge would get that return right there as he just drops down.
47-yard line.
It's a good field position for Western Reserve. And if you're the offense here, you don't want to play it conservative. You don't want to run the ball. You want to still try to put points on the board, give you some momentum going into next week, working on your plays.
Yeah, I would probably put my JV team in. Just, they are 2-1, so it's not like they don't have a future right now.
Quick screen pass once again. That's 15. The freshman Mayorga. He is a little small receiver out there, but he is one good receiver for Western Reserve. He's 5'8", 152. Excuse me, he's not a freshman. He's a senior. This whole time I thought he was a freshman. Read that wrong on the roster, excuse me. So, looking to pass. Once again, rolling out right. Throws it and caught by, looks like Mayorga once again for Western Reserve. And that explains why Mayorga has been so calm and composed and smart during this game. Veteran receiver for the Blue Devils. 6:50 here left to play and rolling down. Looking to pass. Pump fake to the right, keeps it right up the middle. Trying to get for the first down. but a little short of the first down. Will probably be 2nd and 9, 2nd and 1, but they will give them the first. So clock will continue to roll down. If you have any questions about updates in the NBA, we have the Los Angeles Lakers going against the Denver Nuggets here tonight in the Western Conference Finals. Los Angeles Lakers lead 42-38 with 10:40 to go in the second quarter. 6:15 and rolling down here tonight. Western Reserve looking to put more scores on the board, but it looks like there will be a false start on the offense as one of the receivers did jump a little early there. Like we said, those penalties, man. Felt like the whole game, every other play had a yellow towel on the field.
Yeah, definitely as far as the time between plays, and the third quarter lasted a very long time.
So now 2nd and about 8, 2 receivers. Excuse me, bunch right. That was to the right. But he decides to keep it once again to the right side and ran out of bounds. And I'm surprised we haven't seen very many QB keepers here tonight by Nicky Cavalis for Western Reserve, as he is able to use his feet to get first downs and extend plays. He's also able to use his arm and get down the field with that. Trips right for Reserve. Shotgun formation, single receiver to the right. Looking to pass. Cavalis still looking. Decides to keep it to the right side and taken down maybe at the line of scrimmage. And man,
they threw that late, so I really don't know what it could be. Possibly holding, possibly face mask.
I don't believe there was a face mask on the play, but
looks like it's going to be holding.
It will be holding.
On the offense, number 64 here, talking to the referee. Going to move them back 5.
Your Western Reserve, you're going next week. You're going to want to work on that offensive line a little bit. Try not to get those holding penalties as much. Trying to work on a couple other false starts that they have had here tonight. 2 receivers to the right. Trips left. Single. All alone in the backfield. Cavalis looking to pass. Throws it deep down the middle.
Looks like there's going to be a trip.
And there will be
a pass interference.
Intended for David Altiers.
Should be an automatic first down.
If you're a receiver, you love to run kind of routes like that, and even if that wasn't a pass interference, you just tripped up over the feet a little bit. You love getting those penalties and giving your team the first down, but if you're a corner, you might think that's a little ticky-tacky when you're trying to play defense, as I was on the both side of both of those before.
Be a sweep to the right there. About 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in this football game. It's a cold one out here tonight.
High-scoring game here. Western Reserve could have 40 themselves if some plays didn't get called back. Looking to pass once again. Under pressure a little bit, rolling out right. Keeps it and inbounds, so it'll be 3rd and about 5 for Reserve. We'll see where they mark him down at.
Red ticket, the winner is 926 5699. 926 5699.
So 3rd and 6. 4:54 here left to play. Dylan, you're Jackson-Milton. You played a tremendous game, both offense and defensively here tonight. You're undefeated, looking to go 4-0 after tonight's game. As pass to David Altiers to the left side and caught in the end zone over 2 defenders. And the Blue Devils once again get in the end zone. 46-28. They'd be only down by 16 after the 2-point conversion. They missed a decent amount of 2-point conversions here, Dylan. Maybe about 2 or 3 of them. And that's 6 points that you could have on the scoreboard.
So if they get the 2-point conversion there and make it 28-46.
So they will.
2-point. So it'll be 30-46, my bad.
So it'll be 30-46 now after the 2-point conversion.
4 minutes, 47 seconds left in this contest here tonight. Jackson-Milton.
And like I said, those 2-point conversions that you might have missed, 2 or 3 of them, let's say 3, that's 6 points. That'd be 46-36, and you would still be well in this game. They wouldn't have had to rush and maybe have called some plays they might not have if they were only down by 10. But they're down by 16 here in the 4th. Not looking good as they will. You'll see him most likely kick this onside, try to get the ball back. And let's say, you never know, miracles can happen. You get this onside kick, get the 2-point conversion, you're down by 8 again. But then you'd have to do another onside kick, get another touchdown, another 2-point conversion.
We've seen their onside kick earlier in the game and went about 5 yards.
It did only go 5 yards, but hey, saw him practicing it on the sideline, you know. He's going to get it about 10 yards now, and Western Reserve hopes to get it.
Looks like Jackson-Milton is preparing for the onside kick. Only one back deep at about the 20-yard line. Looks like they're kicking it deep, though. Oh, nope.
It's quick, right up the middle, and will be recovered by the Blue Jays as
the 44-yard line.
Looks like the percent of Western Reservian coming back in this game are very low.
Western Reserve taking out some of their key players. You see number 1 coming off the field.
And both teams have played great tonight.
Number 55 will stay out there. He has been one of their key pieces on the whole defense, defensive lineman.
See Prosy under center. Probably see
3 backs in the backfield.
Decent amount of run plays. It is a pitch.
Toss.
To Lindale.
Be about 4 or 5 yards. 2nd down and 6.
And there will be timeout Western Reserve, so they'll start using their timeouts here with 4:31 left to play, trying to maybe force a 4-and-out here and get the ball back. So Western Reserve trying all they can to try to come back in this game. Jackson-Milton have played a phenomenal game both offensively and defensively. Key players going off for them. Running back, receivers, quarterbacks. And I did not expect this high of a scoring game coming in tonight's contest. I maybe expected a team to get maybe 27, 28 max to end the game. But both high-scoring offenses here tonight.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know too much about either team coming into this. I seen a couple things on the news about number 24 for Jackson-Milton, about how he broke that record. And as far as reserve, you know, I seen their 2-1 record here. Came in with some unsurety.
So now they'll have 2 to the right, 2 to the left receiving. Empty backfield. That's a QB keeper right up the middle.
Weird play call there for 2nd and 6.
I was just about to say that. Usually don't see a QB keeper on 2nd and 5 at the 50.
Yeah, when you're up 16 points with only a couple minutes left in the game.
They'll take another timeout, but have seen that play work out before. And little pee-wee football, we put one of our linemen in at quarterback after we were up by a little bit, and he ran a 60-yard QB keeper right up the middle. So maybe that's what they were looking for there.
I think they're just trying to get the clock going, take minimal contact here. Just
no turnovers.
Be healthy going into the next week. So Jackson-Milton still have yet to play Springfield, one of the powerhouse teams in D6.
Springfield put up 62 the last time I saw. Forget who they were playing tonight, but it was 62 to maybe 14.
Springfield made it to the state championship last year, fell short, looking to get back there this year.
Single backfield once again. We'll see. It's a handoff. And short of the line of scrimmage. And guess what? We will see another timeout for Western Reserve. We saw one ref say it was a timeout for Jackson-Milton, but the other one said it was for Western Reserve, and it is for Western Reserve as they take their 3rd and final timeout of the game. And they maybe get a touchdown here, 2-point conversion. You don't feel too bad about tonight's game, as you did put on a decent show. Western Reserve will return this punt, as most likely we will see the punt team units come out onto the field. Fourth and 5, 4:16 here left to play, and guess what? Jackson-Milton said, we'll go trips right, 2 receivers to the left, shotgun formation, empty backfield. We're going to go for it here on 4th down.
It's like they're running the hard count here.
And it will be timeout.
Timeout.
So they were trying to get him offsides, but if you're Jackson-Milton here, I say punt the ball and try to kick it out of bounds, get it away from David Altiers, as he did return one punt already here tonight. It was called back. You don't want it in the playmaker's hands of Western Reserve. Fourth and 7. Jackson-Milton. See if they put their punt team unit back on, or maybe they put their offense back on to go for a big play. Dylan, they do keep their offense on here. How do you feel about that?
It looks just to me like they're trying to run up the score here.
Trips right.
Throwing deep on 4th and 7 here when they have a 16-point lead.
And if I'm the coach of Jackson-Milton, that's a little questionable.
Yeah.
Western Reserve has been able to put the ball in the end zone here late in the 3rd and in the 4th quarter. And they're only down by 8, so it's a 2-possession game. Maybe they get this quick score here and onside kick. It is possible. We have seen
could be a 2-score game with the 2-point conversions here.
We have seen games like this, maybe not in high school, but we have seen them in the pros and collegiate level. As he's looking back to pass, rolling out left. Has been under pressure all game.
Looks like he's going to go ahead and get out of bounds.
Bulls has to scramble out of bounds.
As quarterback looks a little limpy going back to the huddle, and that's not good to see if you're Western Reserve trying to make this tremendous comeback here tonight.
Second down.
Trips right, 2 receivers to the left.
The Knight.
Single back.
Be a screen to the right here for not much gain. Maybe about
Alex.
a yard on that one.
Mayorga with the reception once again. He has about maybe 15 receptions here tonight.
Yeah.
Decent amount of balls have been thrown his way and caught. I'm not sure if he's even dropped a ball yet. That's now 3rd and about 5. And it will be definitely a false start on the offense.
Couple players offsides here.
And that's one thing that's weird about receivers. It could be different for every other receiver, but when I played, I would know the count, but I would never go until the ball was snapped. As you do line up and you look straight at the ball every time you line up. You're not looking straight because you can't always hear the cadence. You can't always hear the snap. So you always usually have to look at the ball when you're lined up. And that's something that you do not want to see out of your receivers, especially your veteran ball players. Trips right once again. Shotgun formation. No one in the backfield. It's a quick little comeback route for Western Reserve as he is out of bounds and short of the first down. Mayorga, another reception here tonight. So now, 2:55 and rolling down. They didn't stop the clock. Shotgun formation once again.
4th down here. Shotgun.
Looking for a quick pass.
A quick pass.
David Altiers is open and cuts it into the end zone to shorten the lead. All Western Reserve now needs is a 2-point conversion and see if they can attempt this onside kick and get it.
There's a big opening there.
And this half has been Western Reserve's half. They had 6, maybe 7. I forget what they had going into halftime. Might have been 8. They had 8 at halftime. And it was 28. So far, the second half has been very high scoring. As they go for 2 here. David Ortiz and is in the, they'll mark him in. So they're only down by 8 points. Down.
0 timeouts for both teams, so.
You need this onside kick. You do have 2:36 left to play. That's plenty of time if you get the onside kick to get down the field. And Western Reserve, Dylan, this half scored 30 points. Jackson-Milton, 26. So this half, give a little bit of edge to Western Reserve, making this little bit of a comeback here. And what we thought might have been a runaway game early in the 3rd, late in the 3rd for Jackson-Milton. Western Reserve has been able to come back here and make it an 8-point game. David Altiers with the touchdown. If you don't get this onside kick, if you're Western Reserve, Dylan, and Jackson-Milton gets the return, it takes about 50 seconds per play, and if there's going to be 3 plays, that might be the end of the game, but you never know. They might be able to punch the ball out. They might be able to do a couple things.
Big play here.
You hear the crowd going wild here for Western Reserve. And there's many different ways to get the ball back, not just a regular onside kick, and it is hit by. It was hit by one of the Western Reserve players. I don't know if the refs saw that, but it is going to give the ball to Jackson-Milton as the hands team comes up with it. But guess what? You still have 2:33 left. The game ain't over. You have time, and you still have abilities to punch the ball out, try to get a fumble. Dylan, your Jackson-Milton, you were up by at least 20 at one
you
point.
have to take care of the football here. That's the main thing. All the running backs, like we said, it's cold. It's getting late. Players are getting tired. They have to take care of the football here, have to hold tight. Defense is going to be trying everything they can do to punch the ball out, strip the ball, make a play here for their team. Looks like they're going to line up in the strong eye.
Reserves fans going wild, trying to get their defensive hyped up, and there will be a stuff, but expect 45 seconds to go by before they even decide to snap another ball. So it'll be second down and about 10 once again for Jackson-Milton. Two minutes now rolling down. You're Jackson-Milton here. You only need one first down, and that will be the game. Strong eye formation. Handoff once again. 24 as little extracurricular activity. You don't want to, you're trying to get back in this game for Western Reserve. You don't really want to draw a penalty to you, but shout out to the refs for not throwing any penalty markers right there. Just a little, that's football.
Little scuffle.
That's football.
Yeah, and especially, you know, those personal foul calls late in the game. If you get ejected, you have to miss a whole nother week. And with this shortened season for the high school teams, that would be a real killer.
1 minute left with a pitch to the left side, and he's stopped. Your Western Reserve, you'll get about 10 seconds. And that's not including punt and hang time for Jackson-Milton. So now, with 25 and rolling down, trips right, single receiver to the left, shotgun formation. He has his running back, Lindale, to his right, looking to pass. Throws it deep to the right side, and that's going to be incomplete. No, not near anybody.
Going to leave him with about 13 seconds left towards midfield.
And this is not impossible for Western Reserve to come back and tie this game, maybe go into overtime here.
Number one here has been their playmaker.
David Altiers, the receiver for Jackson-Milton. Excuse me, Western Reserve, not Jackson-Milton. Western Reserve's
Look for
receiver.
them to call his number to try to get the ball to him in space. I don't know how good Reserve's quarterback's arm is, but if he can give him a chance anywhere close to the end zone, it could be probable.
13 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. You have three receivers, trips right for Reserve. Looking to pass, looking to left side deep. That's to number 28 as it is incomplete. 7 seconds now left on the clock.
As you see here, they're going towards the sideline to try to get out of bounds, but
number 34.
This next play should take
Michael
a decent
Wolshock.
amount of time here.
Michael Wolshock with the coverage. So Dylan, you have 7 seconds left. That's basically, you had 2 plays left in you with 14. 7 seconds, you kind of have to do all Hail Marys, but they'll throw a short pass, but it was tipped and incomplete. That's by the quarterback of Jackson-Milton. Now you have 3 seconds here left. There's a couple.
One play here.
There is a couple.
Trying to say that the clock is run out here.
There still will be about 3 seconds here left to go. One more play for Western Reserve. That is 3rd and long. Their coach, while the time is trying to get figured out here.
4 seconds. 4 seconds.
As they will put 4 seconds back on the clock. So Western Reserve, Dylan, their last
Three.
chance.
3 seconds left on the clock. Little miscommunication up here into the box from the referees.
3-4 seconds. You basically have one play left anyways. Shotgun, empty backfield.
Like
there might have been 11 people, 12 people on the field.
But that'll be the game.
But that will be the end of the game as Western Reserve tries to come back here. Jackson-Milton takes the lead, and you always love to see players keep their heads up, especially after a great game by both teams. Western Reserve able to try to mount that comeback there, trying to get back into the game, and they made tremendous calls on offense to get it within an 8-point game here. And Jackson-Milton both on offense and defense.
Yeah, like we said, penalties and turnovers killed this for Western Reserve, but they came back. They showed a lot of heart and pride and battled back into this one and gave themselves a chance. So you got to love to see that from the high school ranks. You know, gave the fans something to cheer for. They got a lot of great takeaways that they can take into next week. A little bit of momentum here. They played well in the second half. What more could you ask for a high school football game? Something that we didn't think that we were even going to see this year, so gotta appreciate that. Great
plays by both teams here tonight. Jackson-Milton will stay undefeated 4-0 here as Western Reserve will fall to 2-2. This game was brought to you by YSN Live, your sports network. I am Derek Grossen with my partner Dylan Baker checking out. Thank you for tuning in.